Hello everybody, welcome to this 30-minute power flow vinyasa class. What will help us stay centered, but also give us a good workout and have a nice blissful, relaxing ending. This class can be good at any time of the day, but can be especially nice after a long, hard day where the mind is racing and we need to calm the mind and get ready for a nice, resting, relaxful evening. Now I am sitting on my bolster. If you have yourself a yoga prop, that could be a blanket, a pillow, a cushion, or even a yoga block, it could be useful for this class, so you could set it to the side, or you can even sit on it to begin class. And like always, we keep safety first, so if any of these poses don't feel good, feel free to skip them and rejoin when you are ready. All right, let's get things started in our child's pose. In child's pose, the knees come as wide as the mat, maybe wider. Big toes to touch. And we sit the hips back towards the heels as you reach the arms forward and melt the head and heart down. If this doesn't feel good for you, too much of a hip opener, maybe you can bring the knees together. Again, sitting the hips back towards the heels and bringing the arms to reach back towards the feet in embryo pose. Wherever you are, you start to deepen the breath. Try to feel the inhales as they fill you up, and feel the release of the exhales as you melt the head and heart down. Cultivating a smooth, deep, nourishing, and relaxing breath. And if you can breathe through the nose, that is preferred, but if you need to breathe through the mouth, that is fine as well. Just here another moment. And on your next inhale, you'll slowly start to bring the torso up. If you were in child's pose, bring the knees together. And we're going to sit back on the heels here. You can get your bolster if you like to put on your heels so you can sit down on it. It helps the knees. And as you inhale, you bring the arms wide, reaching in both directions like you have a big wingspan here. Now flipping the palms on the inhale, you reach high towards the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart center. We'll keep moving with the breath. Inhaling to reach the hands up high, float them up, stretch through the side bodies. The hands come together, and as you exhale, hands come to heart center. Keep moving with your breath, whether it's slow or fast. The inhales, reach the arms out and then up high, stretching through the side bodies. Palms come to touch. Exhale to bring the palms through center. Stay here, breathing nice and smooth. Then the hands come to the knees. We'll go through some seated cat-cows. I'm just changing the angle here so you can see this a little better. On your next inhale, you're going to shine the heart forward as you gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, you round the spine, dropping the head. Now we move with the breath. Inhale to shine the heart forward, slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. Exhale, the head drops, you round through the spine. Moving like a wave is going through your body. The inhale, shine the heart forward. The exhales, round the spine and drop the head. Moving at the speed of your breath. Next inhale, come back up, sitting up nice and tall. And if you like, you can take out the cushion or the pillow or prop. We're going to come into tabletop pose, so hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We tuck the toes, and on our exhale, coming into downward facing dog, the hips shift back. The heels are directed towards the ground, and you can explore in this pose if you'd like to pedal through the feet, bending through each knee. You can also push through all 10 fingers, sway the hips side to side. Feel free in your down dog while you keep the breath nice and smooth. Coming into stillness and downward facing dog. Your next inhale, you have a big deep bend in the knees, look between the hands, and as you exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Take a nice forward fold, maybe coming to ragdoll by grabbing opposite elbows and gently swaying side to side. Release the head down, try to let go of some tension in the jaw, especially with the exhales. But stay grounded in the feet. Just another moment or two in this deep fold. Now on your next inhale, you'll come to a halfway lift. Flat back, slightly engaging the shoulder blades. Hands can come to the shins. This is an active pose. And as you exhale, fold back down, releasing the head. Next inhale, we rise all the way up to standing. Reach those hands high to the sky. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. You're standing up nice and tall. Breathe deep, trying to feel the breath as it moves through you, the filling up and the letting go. Next inhale, our hands float high towards the sky, reach up. Exhale to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Next inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shins, a slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. As you exhale, hands come down, stepping back into plank pose. Option to bring the knees down here. We're staying for a couple breaths. Keep the core engaged. And if you need to, bringing the knees down. On your next exhale, we'll come all the way down to the belly, but stop halfway. Hold there for one breath, one big inhale. And as you exhale, come all the way down, belly and forehead to the mat. Inhaling baby cobra, you peel the head off the ground, a slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. Stay here, pushing through the tops of the feet. And as you exhale, release the head back down, nice and slow. Now tuck the toes, knees stay down as you inhale to push up through the arms. As you exhale, downward facing dog, those hips shift back. Again, pushing through the fingers. You can have a little bend in the knees. The heels are directed towards the ground, even though they probably won't touch. Release any tension in the jaw just for another moment. And now walking the hands back towards the feet in your fold at the back of the mat, letting the head hang down. Enjoying this nice stretch of the hamstrings, the shoulders. Next inhale, halfway lift, strong flat back. Exhale to fold back down, release the head. And we're coming into our chair pose now, a big bend in the knees, sitting the hips back. And as you inhale, you sweep the arms forward and up, Utkatasana chair pose. Weight is in the heels. And you can make this as deep or as tall of a chair as you like. It can be more of a bar stool. You just straighten the legs more. But really ground through those heels. And as you exhale, straighten through the legs and fold forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands to the shins. Exhale to fold back down. And then a big bend in those knees again, coming back into our chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting the hips back, sweeping the arms up. Now oftentimes the shoulders come up towards the ears and we hold tension, so release those shoulders down away from the ears. Stay grounded in the heels for one more big inhale. As you exhale, you fold down and release. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Release the head, neck, and jaw. Get ready for one more round. Utkatasana chair pose, sit back. Sweep the arms up, not for too long, but be strong in the legs. Stay here. And then as you exhale, come to standing, hands to heart center. Sweep the arms up high, reach them up. And as you exhale, you fold forward, releasing the head down. When the inhale comes, halfway lift. On your exhale, you walk the hands forward, coming into a plank pose here. And you can always bring the knees down if you like. Next exhale, We come all the way down to the belly, forehead to the mat. Inhaling into our baby cobra, pushing into the tops of the feet. Exhaling the head back down. Knees stay down as you inhale, push up through the arms, tucking the toes, exhaling into downward facing dog, shifting the hips back. Again, exploring the sensations in down dog, keeping the breath smooth. On your next inhale, raise the right leg high in three-legged dog. Stay there, reaching the right foot up. And as you exhale, shifting forward, stepping your right foot between the hands, dropping the back knee. This is your low lunge. It may take some time to set up. Push the top of the back foot into the ground for extra balance. On your inhale, the torso comes up, the hands sweep high. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, reaching the hands up. And as you exhale, hands come to heart center. As the inhale comes, reach the hands up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving with that breath, we inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, hands down through heart center, and then all the way down, framing the right foot. Now tuck the back toes, back knee off the ground, and then we inhale to sweep the right leg all the way back, three-legged dog, and then back into downward facing dog. Pushing through those fingers. On the next inhale, left leg rises high, three-legged dog. Stay here for another breath, reaching the left foot a little higher. On the next exhale, shifting forward, stepping the left foot between the hands, back knee drops. Take your time setting it up, untucking the back toes. As you inhale, sweep up to your Anjaneyasana, low lunge, the hands sweep high. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. And on the exhale, hands come down to heart center. Now let's move with the breath. You inhale to sweep the hands up, reach them high. Exhale, palms together, hands to the heart. Keep moving like this. As the inhales come, they raise the hands up. As the exhales come, hands to heart center. Feel that centering. And then the hands come down to frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes, back knee up. Stepping the left foot all the way back, sweeping it into your three-legged dog. Reaching the left foot up for one breath. And then back into downward facing dog. You got it. Your down dog should feel a little different. That's you doing the work. So stay focused through this class as we keep moving. The inhale raises the right leg high. The exhale steps the right foot between the hands. You're in runner's lunge. The back knee stays off the ground. Hands frame the front foot. And as you inhale, torso comes up, hands reach high. This is crescent lunge or high lunge. As you exhale, dropping the back heel, coming into warrior two. The right hand reaches forward, left hand back. You ground into the outside edge of the back foot. The front knee is right over the ankle, and you gaze over front fingertips. Try to stay focused. You can have a deeper bend in the front knee if you like. Focus is key. Now as you exhale, come up onto the back toes, hips shift forward, you're in your lunge, and as you inhale, hands up high. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Next inhale, reach the right hand high, revolved lunge, enjoy this twist. Opening up through the right shoulder. Next exhale brings the right hand down, hands frame that front foot. Inhaling, stepping back into your plank pose. Staying nice and strong in plank. And then rolling onto the outside edge of the right foot for side plank, reaching the left hand high. If this doesn't feel good, come down on the knees and come onto your right forearm. You can take pressure off the wrist, but be reaching that left hand high, strong in the core. Exhale back down into plank, nice and smooth. The knees come down, untuck the toes, and as you exhale, all the way down to the belly. Inhaling into your baby cobra, slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. Exhale the forehead down, nice and slow. Tuck those toes, inhale to push up through the arms, knees down. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips shift back. Breathing deep, nourishing, relaxing breaths. On the next inhale, the left leg rises high in your three-legged dog. Exhaling to step the left foot between the hands. We're here in runner's lunge, back knee stays off the ground. Stay with that smooth breath, enjoying that stretch in the front of the right hip. As you inhale, torso comes up, hands reach high. Keep the shoulders away from the ears here. And on your next exhale, dropping that back heel, warrior two, left hand forward, right hand back. Gazing over those front fingertips. Keeping that left knee right over the ankle, grounding through the outside edge of the back foot. Breathing smooth. On your next exhale, come onto the back toes, hip shift forward. Inhaling, the hands reach high in your high lunge. Exhale, hands come all the way down, framing that front foot. Inhale, left hand reaches high to the sky, revolves, lunge, opening up through the left shoulder. Stay here for one more big breath in. As you exhale, the left hand comes down, both hands frame the front foot. Stepping back into your plank pose, and then rolling onto the outside edge of the left foot for your side plank as the right hand reaches high. You can bring the knees down here and come onto the left forearm. Staying strong in the core, reaching the right hand up. As you exhale, the right hand comes down, you're back in your plank pose. Knees down, untuck the toes, and as you exhale, all the way down to the belly. Coming into our flow, we inhale into baby cobra, exhaling the forehead down. Now tucking the toes, knees stay down as you inhale to push up through the arms. Exhale, shifting back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. We're going to keep moving with the breath, staying focused, but also staying grounded and balanced as much as possible. Now walking the hands back towards the feet, coming into that nice fold at the back of our mats. The next inhale brings you halfway up. Next exhale folds you down to release. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. The hands reach up, stretching through the sides. Exhale, hands to heart center, standing up tall. Take that smooth, deep breath. And when the inhale comes, the hands float high, staying focused here. Now we're staying, reaching those hands up high towards the sky and coming up to our tippy toes. This is a standing balance pose. So bringing the heels off the ground, stretching through the side bodies, reaching up as high as you can. And focusing on one point where you can balance. Now keeping the heels off the ground. You're going to bend through the knees, bringing the hands to heart center, bending deeper in the knees, bringing the hips down towards the heels in a squat position, but the knees stay together here. You're up on the toes, you're balancing here, sitting the hips towards the heels, breathing smooth. Next exhale, bring the hands down, the knees come down, untucking the toes. Coming in to our tabletop position, we're going to do cat-cows. But before we do that, we're going to come into our puppy pose. So we walk the hands forward. Keep those hips right over the knees. And when you can't walk the hands forward anymore without shifting the hips forward, you're going to bring the head and heart down towards the ground. This is our puppy pose. It's a big opening in the shoulders. And if you can bring the chin to the ground, that's great. Just do what feels good as a big heart opener, back bend, and a nice stretch in the shoulders. Keep those hips over the knees. Every exhale melting down a little more, letting those shoulders open up nice and gently. The breath stays smooth and deep. The mind stays calm. On your next inhale, we slowly start to walk the hands back under the shoulders. And now bringing the right hand on the mat right under the nose, coming into threading the needle. As you inhale, the left hand reaches high to the sky, opening up the left shoulder. As you exhale, you thread the needle, bringing the left arm across the mat, coming down on the left shoulder, and you can walk that right hand towards the top of the mat, gently opening up through the right shoulder. And what you want to do here, you want to sit the hips back towards the heels. That'll help bring length in the right side. I will make that adjustment here in just a breath or two, and you can see the difference. Shifting the hips back towards the heels helps reach that right arm forward and open up through the right shoulder. As the weight is on the left shoulder, it's a nice stretch. Breathe smooth, enjoying this twist and this shoulder stretch. Now starting to bring that right hand back right by the face. And as you inhale, we'll unthread the needle, bringing the torso up, reaching the left hand high to the sky. And as you exhale, left hand comes down. Doing the other side now, switching hands. So the left hand comes to the mat right under the nose. Inhaling to reach that right hand high to the sky. Exhale to thread the needle, bringing the right arm across the mat, down on the right shoulder. Walking the left hand towards the top of the mat and sitting the hips back towards the heels. Open up through that left shoulder if you can. Enjoying the stretch on the right shoulder. Feeling the parts of your body that are on the mat, the tops of your feet, your knees, the right shoulder, right side of the face. Keep the breath smooth. Just another moment. And now bringing that left hand back in front of the face. Inhale to reach the right hand high, unthreading the needle. Exhale, right hand comes down. We're back in our tabletop shape. And coming into those cat-cows, we're going to do a little ab work here. So on your next inhale, you're going to drop the belly, gaze forward in your cow pose. Slight squeeze of the shoulder blades. And when the next exhale comes, you're going to round the spine, dropping the head. And you're going to push so much through the tops of the feet that your knees hover off the ground. Now this is optional. It's some core work here. Keep the knees hovering for one breath, really hollowing out through the belly, dropping the head. And then on the inhale, you drop the knees down, belly drops, gaze forward, you're back in your cow pose. Slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. Gaze slightly forward. And on your exhale, dropping the head, rounding the spine back into cat. Push so much through the tops of the feet that you bring the knees off the ground a couple inches. Keep rounding through the spine. This engages the belly, engages the core. On the inhale, knees come down, belly drops, gaze forward. Again, back to our cow pose, slight squeeze of those shoulder blades. Broadening through the collarbones for one more big inhale. And as you exhale again, we round through the spine, dropping the head. And our cat pose, pushing through the tops of the feet so much the knees hover off the ground. Keeping that strong core. And as you inhale, knees come down, making our back into our tabletop shape. And then the knees come wide, coming into our child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Let the head and heart melt down. And if you like that embryo version, where the knees come together, the arms reach back, feel free to take that. Whatever you do, breathe smooth and deep and melt the head and heart down. Let it go with every exhale, melting a little deeper. Feeling the forehead on the mat. Feeling the tops of the feet on the mat, the shins. Feel that solid base you have, the centerness, the connection you have to the ground. You always have that connection, that balance, that strong earth to work from. On your next inhale, start to come up gently. And you're going to extend the legs long, bringing the elbows under the shoulders and the forearms on the ground, coming into our Sphinx pose. So here you broaden through the collarbones, pushing through the forearms. It's a little bit of a back bend, broadening through the collarbones, but push through the tops of the feet here. Don't crank the neck, just be gentle on the neck. Pushing down through the feet, broadening through the collarbones. And as you exhale, the elbows come wide as the forehead comes down to the mat. Bring the left cheek down, the arms come along your sides. Really melt down, feeling the earth holding you here. Letting everything relax. Now smoothly flipping onto your back with control. The knees come up into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze here. Winding down the very end of class. The breath is smooth. You're more in tune with your body, your movements. As you exhale, release the knees, coming into happy baby. Bend those knees, bottoms of the feet face the sky. Either grab the backs of the knees or bottoms of the feet and gently pull the legs down. Enjoying this nice stretch, the backs of the legs, the hips. You can even roll side to side a little bit. It's happy baby for a reason, so be happy and joyful. And just enjoy the sensations of this pose, this deep stretch. Breath is smooth. And on the next exhale, you release happy baby. Feet come to the ground, knees bent. And then extending the legs long, the arms come along your side. Palms face up, and your final resting pose, Shavasana. Before we deepen in, I just want to invite you to melt the entire back body down. Feeling the ground underneath you, feeling your solid base. Knowing you can always work from there, but you can also melt down and relax into it. So take some smooth, natural breaths in Shavasana. Relaxing, rejuvenating. I'll let you know when we'll start to wake up the body. But for now, relax, Shavasana. Just starting to wake up, bringing micro movements into the fingers and the toes. Maybe turning those into wrist and ankle circles. Waking up the body nice and smooth, nice and gently. Bringing the knees into the chest and gently rolling on to the left side. Using that left arm as a pillow in your fetal position, take a breath there. Enjoying this feeling you've cultivated. Making your way up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. You may want to get your prop. When we make it up to our seated position, the hands come to heart center. Sitting up tall, we're going to close class with one big deep breath. So on your next inhale, fill up all the way to the top, top, top. As you exhale, let it all out the mouth with a big sigh. We want to thank you for coming to class. So we bow our heads, thanking ourselves, our internal teachers, our external guides, and all the previous moments that brought us here, right here today. Namaste. Great job. You made it through this 30-minute class. We hope you feel more centered, more grounded, and you got a nice little workout and stretch. So have a great rest of your day. We hope to see you soon. Namaste.